And now the shipping forecast issued by the Met Office on behalf of the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency at 1130. Go! At 1130.
I don't think I've ever wanted to be in a stand more than my life around there. They're going crazy. Hey, they got a penalty here. There'll be fish flying about there. There's no tomorrow.
What a magnificent piece of football! A really, really good goal. You can't make it straight for that.
Good evening, everybody. Away from your usual Sunday routine, so I apologise if we've pulled you away from a beer garden. I really hope we haven't. And though the sun is shining, Mike, Youngie, Reese and myself have decided to go into our little hovels to talk to you about the playoff quarterfinal and answer any questions you may have on what is to come on Saturday. Reese joins us. Reese, where can people find you?
Where can people find me? I'm quite active a lot on X. Just type up my name, it will come up. I host a show called Don's TV, which is like a pre-match and post-match show at AFC Wimbledon. At every single home game, we get any injured players who come up, away fans. And yeah, we just jabber on about Wimbledon 45 minutes before every single kickoff at home games. So yeah, find me around Wimbledon, basically.
We're the only thing that we can say behind the curtain is me and Reese basically live in the same area, so we get to enjoy the glories of Farnborough, which is as beautiful and as romantic as you say. It makes Immingham look like Venice.
The 28 degrees Farnborough, lovely place.
Exactly.
Traffic everywhere. It's amazing.
Am I the closest one to Wimbledon then?
You are the closest one to Wimbledon in Sutton. Yeah,
Definitely.
You could walk it if you wanted, Mike.
Oh, I don't know.
And Youngie is trying to hold the fort down up north. How is it going? Are there people already outside London Park saying buy or sell?
Yeah, absolutely. The touts are lining the streets. I went to go to the arcades the other day. There was actually tickets in the penny machines. I was trying to get it out. Cost me a fortune. But no,
there used to be ones in the 2p machine anyway, didn't there?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but they were like from 3 years ago. It's been stuck in there for that long. I was like, I think that's against Exeter in '92. Trying to get it out. But
does anyone want a Braintree ticket?
Yeah.
Has Bruce got a store set up?
Well, I wouldn't trust Bruce printed tickets, would you?
No.
He's still got a dot matrix printer that he's got it coming out of. He's managed to restore it, and he's got it going. But no, the sun's it's absolutely glorious up here at the moment, and hopefully Saturday continues, and let's just see what happens.
It is a quarterfinal, winner takes all. Wimbledon have the upper hand. If they draw, they can sneak through. If they lose, they might even sneak through if results go their way. I am very much hoping with 20 minutes to go, we both shake our hands and go, right, this will be fine. Let's just leave it as is. And we'll see you all back here on Friday sort of thing. Reese, I'll be honest, seen a bit of Wimbledon stuff, especially on social media. I'll be honest, you don't seem very happy with life at the moment. I saw you kicking off with your players at Gillingham, which is a pretty dangerous thing to do given the state of that stand. What's going on?
Honestly, I don't really know where to start with Wimbledon at the moment. Like looking back at the season we've had, it's probably been one of the most successful ones which we've had. Like being consistent, we've pretty much been in the top 7 for the 95% of the season. What's gone wrong? I don't really know. It just seems like the players aren't fighting for it as they were in the start of the season. Like the squad availability we have at the moment is positive. No one's really injured. We've got a huge squad, but they're not playing the same way as they were. I don't know if Johnny Jackson has changed tactics or anything, but as soon as we go 1-0 down or we're not playing great, it doesn't really seem like there's any sort of plan B at all. So yeah, I've pretty much got the worst thoughts for Saturday, to be honest. Away from home, we've been all right away from home. Like if you look at the Doncaster game we had a couple of weeks ago, that was decent. We were against 10 men for about 70 minutes of the game. 11 men, sorry, because we went down to 10 men. So we do play well in games, but in the last third of the pitch, we can't seem to put the ball in the back of the net at the moment. That's pretty much where it's all going wrong, I think.
Music to my ears. I'll be honest.
I bet it is. I bet it is.
Yeah, and my more worry is actually we're really good at fighting back. If we're 2-0 down, we're a pretty decent team at trying to pull ourselves back. We've just been unlucky at late. I'm glad the idea that we could potentially get 1-0 and then not be worrying for too long. But don't worry, we are here to help ease your concerns. We are definitely a team that can throw a 2-goal lead away. What were the initial impressions for what Wimbledon's expectations were for the season? Obviously, you sold Al Hamadadi, made a fortune off him, I guess.
Yeah.
I assume there's a sell-on clause that you're slightly gutted that Ipswich didn't stay in the Premier League for one more season.
For sure.
Have you spent it all? And if you have you spent wisely, or is it a bit like us with the FA Cup money? We've wasted it on. Who did we waste it on? Give me, gents. You're going to have to give me a banger.
Harvey Rogers,
Rakiel Pike, all the classic, those names that will go down in history as completely forgotten. What have you spent it wisely, or is it?
Here's a fun stat for you. All of the summer transfers that we made were either free agents or loans. So we actually spent nothing in the summer pretty much. So like, if you look at Matty Stevens, even though he's rubbish at the moment, to be honest with you, but before February he was on 20 plus goals for the season. We didn't spend a penny on him. We were really smart with the way we signed players, so like all that sell-on clause stuff, which is obviously positive, but I don't think it's really gone into the transfer budget. Talking about expectations, as you said, we finished 10th 11th last season, so everyone was kind of hoping to get inside the playoffs, which as we are in right now. So if you kind of look back and look at the expectation, that's positive. But with the season we've had, it's frustrating because in a way, I think we are, it sounds a bit cliche, but I think we are one of the best teams in the league, to be honest, when we actually want to play our football and we actually like get the ball down and play the way we have been up until the end of February. We should be in the automatics with the games we've bottled and stuff like that. So yeah, expectations of playoffs, but as the season went along, we've gone up into the automatics a couple times, and yeah, the typical Wimbledon phrase of "we always do it the hard way" has come to fruition. So yeah, now we see ourselves in the playoffs.
I think though they should be in the automatics with the amount of games bottles applies to about 6 clubs in this league this season, doesn't it?
Crazy.
I think Morecambe were saying the same thing.
Yeah, I think they were at one point. But I mean, at least you're not in Walsall's position. I mean, crikey. I mean, they had promotion parties planned in January, didn't they? And look at things now. But the one thing I thought from seeing Wimbledon a few times this season is that Jackson's built a team that is quite hard to beat. I think that's always been tough to break down. If you don't tend to get hammered looking at your results, do you? If you do lose, it's 1 or 2 at most.
Yeah.
I think 2-0 is the biggest. I think 2's the biggest conceded goals you've had this season, isn't it? But obviously, looking at you, looking at. Thank you. That's it. That's literally the only thing I've done. But looking at. Thank you. 2 minutes in, story of my life. But looking at the leading goal scorers, there's clearly an issue, isn't there? Because like Stevens has scored 17, but after that, your leading goal scorer is 6 with 6 goals. Is what has happened with Stevens? And he's just not getting the service? Is it just his performances? Why is it kind of dried up?
It's tough to say, really. All of his goals have come inside the box. I don't think he scored a goal from outside the box, which is a pretty good stat. What has gone wrong? In the past recent games, he's getting little to no service. He barely touches the ball, which is kind of crazy. But even when he was scoring goals, the only time he touched the ball was pretty much the shot into the back of the net. Like his spatial awareness, getting into the box, getting into an area where defenders can't see him is really positive. But I don't know. I think we just don't seem to like we get into good areas, like putting it down the wing, getting crosses into the box, but it's really tough to say because we've kept the same formation and we've kind of played the same way. Stevens puts in 110% every single game, like he runs his socks off, but it's tough. Like I don't think he's scored since Barrow at home, where he didn't touch the ball pretty much for the whole game, and then one ball down the line, one cross in, and then his first touch of the ball in the second half was a goal. So I think it's literally just the service to him, which has been the kind of effect of why he hasn't been scoring lately. But a lot of people were saying even when he was scoring goals, they were still frustrated with him because let's say we're going on a counter attack and it falls to him. He kind of gets the ball and doesn't really seem like he doesn't know what to do, which is a bit crazy that he's a 20 goal a season striker. But yeah, that's kind of what's gone wrong in my eyes.
Do you think the drop off sort of as a team, not just Stevens, is a result of that, or do you think there's a wider thing? So I mean, looking at the form and 2 wins in the last 10, which is not a million miles away from us, but do you think the reason is Stevens not just scoring goals, or do you think there's a bigger issue there why you've dropped off so much?
That could be a good reason because, like as Alex was saying, the second highest goal scorer for us only has 6 goals, so it kind of feels like when Stevens isn't performing, we don't seem like we can get anywhere close to the goal and score any goals. I don't think he scored in like a month and a half, which is interesting. And like I was saying before, like every single game we are playing well for certain spells of the game. Like it's usually just for one half of the game we play really well. And like as I said, whenever we get the ball down and play, we are really good. We get in good areas, but in that final third, it's never ever fall into him, which is really interesting. And it could be tactics as well. There's a lot of people saying that they even want to sack Johnny Jackson at the moment, which is interesting. And I think if we don't get playoffs, or even if we do get playoffs and don't get promoted, I think he will go, in my opinion, I think. But yeah.
Well, we don't want to get Town fans too excited because it's not a place they live.
Mm.
You were telling us off camera, captain's coming back. He controls the midfield. He's had a rest because he got sent off at Doncaster. Is that the spark you need to just limp you over the line?
Yeah, definitely. Whenever we brought when we brought Jake Reeves in, everyone was excited, and he's pretty much Wimbledon through and through. Every single time he plays, he just calms us down, gets the ball playing again on the floor. He's creative. Like he usually picks up the ball from a goal kick and just drives forward, sees a space in midfield, and we go from there. So yeah, I think that's going to be a big telling point to see if we do go back to playing how we have been for the whole season on Saturday. I really hope we do, because Alistair Smith and Jake Reeves in midfield all season have had a really good connection, and it seems like whenever one of those are injured, we just can't really get the ball in midfield and play fast and flowing football as we have all season. So yeah, he will be a big aspect to us on Saturday. So if we're in a difficult moment, he literally just has to, he can easily calm us down. And then we go from there. So yeah, excited that he's coming back. He's played a lot of football this season. A lot of Wimbledon fans are saying that he needs a rest. So hopefully that 3-match ban is rested him up well, and he can give it his all to try and get us bloody scoring goals on Saturday. That's the aim.
Well, let's hope you don't wish too hard for that. In terms of how to get at Wimbledon, obviously beat you at your place, much to the anger of one guy in a white hoodie. Who's got a chance of having some ultimate revenge on us all on Saturday. Do you think how's the best way Town will come at you? Where are your weaknesses? If you were employed by Town, how would you tell them to get at Wimbledon?
Frustrate us in the first 10-15 minutes, and then we will literally crumble. Be really physical. I mean, it's a sold out ground on Saturday, home and away fans. So make the atmosphere intimidating.
There'll only be 6,000. Don't worry.
and we will crumble. To be honest, it's happened before. Like at Gillingham away, first half we were okay. Second half they came out. Just playing really good football. The atmosphere was loud, intimidating, and then yeah, we crumbled, and that's been pretty much the story of our season. So yeah, we'll see what happens. And I saw someone put, do we think we'll park the bus? Knowing Johnny Jackson, probably. Yeah, we will probably park the bus, especially away from home. It always seems like Johnny Jackson's going for a 0-0 or a 1-1 draw or something stupid like that. So, but our defensive record has been solid. It's been really sound this season. So, like the combination of Ryan Johnson, Joe Lewis, their experience, they've played with each other loads this in their careers. So, to be honest, yeah, probably Gary. I think we will park the bus on Saturday and go for a 0-0 so we can get inside the playoffs and just scrape inside it. So I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm going to check to see if Gary Croft ever played against Wimbledon. He must have done for Blackburn.
Yeah, so yeah, that's ex-Premier League footballer Gary Croft asking you that question.
Wow.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, so,
that is crazy.
Where do you think Wimbledon's kind of natural level is? Because obviously you've rose up the leagues. Your budget isn't probably the biggest thing. You've done amazing really to get where you are, becoming an established league club. Where do you think realistically is, because you've had a bit of League One, you had a couple of seasons in League One, didn't you, a few years back? So where do you think realistically the club's natural level is, bearing in mind budget, average attendance, all them kind of things?
Probably where we are at the moment, to be honest. Like, yes, it was great being in League One, but every single season was just the question if we can stay up or not. And every single season I can't remember how many seasons we were in League One, I think 3 or 4. And the first 3 was just trying to get that place in the table just above the relegation zone. So we deserved to go down that season whenever we did. I'd probably say the level is top end of League Two. Like, I think our budget is 14th or 15th in League Two. So yeah, as you said, we've done pretty well to get inside the playoffs. But yeah, to be honest, if we do end up going up, it's just going to be one of those seasons where if we can stay up, it's going to be like a Crawley type of season, just scraping until the last game of the season, pretty much, to stay up.
One thing we've asked when we were doing the preview at your place was, in Grimsby, one of the big things when we're coming to attract players is no one's going to come to Grimsby. There's nothing to do, etc., etc. Throw in your usual northern anecdotes. But at the same time, as two people who live down this way, if you're a player on League Two wages, do you feel Wimbledon is actually it's a struggle to sometimes attract players because they simply can't afford a lifestyle they want in Wimbledon? Or even elsewhere, you can put them in Aldershot and they probably won't be able to afford it. Is that a problem, or is that not something that comes up?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. It's a good point. Obviously, it's a lot cheaper to live in Grimsby than it is in Wimbledon. Like the flats outside the ground are like, I don't know, 2-bedroom flat is like 600 grand or something stupid like that. So yeah, that's quite a good point. But as
you're right, Youngie. You're right.
Jesus, I'm just hyperventilating. Jesus.
Probably picked up.
An interesting point is a lot of our players do not even live in London. So Jake Reeves, Omar Bugle, I can't remember who else.
Is Omar Bugle Omar Bogle bought off Temu?
Pretty much.
Is that because every time I hear it, it's like that is a Pro Evo name. If they put Omar Bogle on the game.
Yeah, pretty much. As I was saying, yeah. Omar Bugle, Jake Reeves, they all live in Swindon, which is quite crazy. So a lot of our players are travelling hour and a half, 2 hours just to get into training every single day. So that could even be another factor of why we aren't performing at the latter end, at the last stages of the season. So yeah.
Given the catchment area, though, there is, let's be honest, out this way, there's fuck all. Unless you want to support Aldershot, which apparently everyone is this week because they're all going to Wembley.
I'm not.
No. Saving up. I'm saving up for a couple of weeks' time.
Definitely.
There isn't much of a catchment area. Obviously, Chelsea and seemingly Spurs seem to dominate round here. But I'm surprised Wimbledon don't have more of a Surrey sort of presence. Is there a reason for that? Is it just because of culturally Obviously, it was pushed towards Croydon with Selhurst Park and alike.
Mm.
But with sort of like we moving to Kingstonian for a while, I was quite surprised it hasn't come out more out this way. You got any thoughts on that? Or
Not really, to be honest.
fair enough.
Quite a tough one to answer, to be honest.
Break down the entire region, please.
I know that there are quite a few fans down this way, to be honest. All around like Kingston. I know there's a good like 10, 20 Wimbledon fans in Farnborough, Aldershot area. So yeah, it's a tough one to really answer.
Oh, it's only 8 behind town.
Exactly.
Yes, Mike.
Love it.
Yeah, so we said just before we came on, I'd forgotten that you had James Tilley, formerly of this parish. So how's he getting on? I'm starting to get a bit concerned about the ex Grimsby Town player curse for Saturday. How's he doing?
James is doing pretty well at the moment. He's very good in the formation that we play, but we're playing 3-5-2 wing backs. When we first signed him, pretty decent. Attacking wise, not really defensively, but ever since we changed into formation, he's been a lot better, like defensively, tracking back, winning headers, tackling and everything like that. So I've been pretty impressed this season with him. He's done very well. You probably look at his goals and assists, and they haven't really been that great, but I don't think that's really a big indicator of like how well he actually has done this season. So he's a key player for us. I don't think he started the other week. We had Aaron Sasso in there, but he's more attacking wise. But I'm sure Tilly will start on Saturday. But yeah, he's done well. I'd like to see him attack more because he's very creative when he goes forward. He cuts in. His left foot is mental. He can just fire a shot and goal at like nothing. But he hasn't really got in those areas this season. But his crosses are dangerous. Set pieces, free kicks, and yeah, defensively, winning headers, aerial duels. It's been pretty impressive, to be honest.
Did he ever score a free kick for us, Mike? Can you remember? Is he one of those players we used to always get very excited about trying to take a free kick, and then very Denver Hume like over the last couple of weeks, it's not really
and then he hits
the way we want it. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the Ronaldo effect where everyone thinks he's good at free kicks and he scores very few? I can't remember. I think I remember him scoring a tap in. That was about it. But how?
Yeah, I was going to say I don't remember him scoring at all for us, but
No.
He was in the COVID era, wasn't he? He was one of Holloway's lads. One of his. I
remember Holloway went on one of his diatribes, didn't he, about how excited he was about him, and then he was going all the way to Brighton to get him and stuff, and didn't quite work out. But you say you play with wing backs, so what sort of wing backs? Because you're watching a football, you know that. Are they quite high? They're quite progressive, or is it more of a back five or a back three?
I'd say it's when we're going forward, it's definitely a back three. Like Josh Newville, we try and get it over to him every single time. He's not the best defensively, but if you're going down the left-hand side, it might be tough to get past Tilly. But I think it's just the effort that those wing backs do to get back. Like when we're on the counter or anything like Josh Newville, he's probably one of the fastest players in the league. Even though he's not that great defensively, he gets back in just lightning speed, to be honest with you. So when we're defending, Wimbledon will clearly chuck 5 at the back and just defend for their lives. But when we're going forwards, if you catch us on the break, we could be doomed, to be honest with you. I think personally, that's kind of the way that we've conceded goals in the past couple of games. So if you've got pacey wingers and strikers, then we're doomed.
Sounds like you're bringing on a couple of buses. Then it sounds like it's going to be a tense old affair. I don't know. I don't know what to expect, and It feels like when I looked at your squad before the start of the season, you seem to have cover in every spot and half decent cover. I was really quite surprised that it's not gone there yet. But do you feel like it's the general sense I'm getting from Wimbledon fans is actually we're in a bit of trouble? Are you waiting? Are you desperate for the end of the season? Hopefully, by some miracle, you can win. Or do you feel that there are sparks in there where you go, actually, they just need a bit of time together. They need a bit of a pre-season. There are probably 2 or 3 spots that might need some additions to, but we're actually pretty good to go, because you one of the more impressive teams that we played during the season.
Yeah. I say it every single time I watch Wimbledon. I don't really know how any of our games are going to go. Like, if we are actually on it and we are pressing well, started really well, attacking well, then we can play really, really good football. It's just it's a mystery at the moment on how Wimbledon are going to play. Like for the Port Vale game that we had last week, there was a massive build up, like, because you said earlier at Gillingham, the fans booed, they were chucking abuse at players and everything like that. And then there was a massive video saying, we got to be together and everything, and we're going to put in a great performance. Like, the captain did a 20-minute interview and everything like that. And then we had a dreadful performance and lost 2-0. So it's a mystery on how Wimbledon are going to play. So yeah, you guys should be excited for Saturday, because we are dreadful at the moment. No, honestly,
no one's excited.
No.
Because we haven't even talked about the one fly in the ointment. Let's talk about the referee for a second. Youngie, for those of you who don't know, I'm really sorry to tell you this. The referee for today, for this Saturday, is Ross Joyce. That of Bristol Rovers playoff final fame, where he should have sent off the keeper after about 30 seconds, but didn't want to spoil the occasion, as he said, and let them have 11 men on the pitch when they shouldn't have, resulting in them winning in penalties.
I'm just going to search him up on my phone just so I know who we're talking about.
So he's reffed us twice since. So he reffed a 2-0 victory over Accrington, and then he reffed the last game of the season when we played Plymouth when they were promoted, and it didn't matter. So, Mike, Youngie, are you worried about that, or do you think he knows full well he owes us a favour, and it's about time we got some decent look from him?
Ross Joyce Redemption. That should be the title of this, shouldn't it?
Ross
Absolutely. Ross Demption. This is your time, Ross. You
all made them us stay another year down there.
Absolutely. Now Bristol Rovers are coming down. All right. So this is the chance to make it up for us now. It's been a long time. A lot's happened since then. Come on, Ross. Just make them 50-50s more like 75-25s, and we'll go
spoil the
there.
occasion. Spoil it. Mike, Youngie has mentioned Bristol Rovers. For the 30,000 Bristol Rovers fans that were at Wembley that day and continue to go week in, week out, is there anything you want to say to them after they've been relegated back to League Two?
Yeah, print that bastard.
It's all good, isn't it? Camille Conte. Do you know what? I would absolutely love to. Is it wrong that I only want to go to League One out of spite?
I'd love it if we beat them.
No, I don't want to beat them. I don't want to even see them.
I was going to say, actually, and this has been on my mind, and I think, Reece, this is where we could do a deal together. And I am actually going to sell you the benefits of staying in League Two for next season, because we've been talking a lot about League One next year. It's a heavily northern league, which for us, great benefit. We've had to travel down south quite a lot for games, not for you guys, but for us locals. We have to travel down south quite a bit, and next year it gets even worse for us. But for you, fantastic.
It's a lot better.
Loads better. Loads.
Are you saying it's better for the environment and as a result, the world?
Exactly. It's better for everyone's carbon footprint. It's better for everyone's bank balance. So all the Wimbledon supporters, all the Grimsby supporters, we're all going to save a load of money. All you've got to do is agree to let us win on Saturday. We will shake your hand. Thank you very much.
What?
I'll buy you a chippy tea on the way out. Jobs are good.
You know what? In the past recent weeks, like myself, my family that are all Wimbledon supporters, saying that we do not deserve to get inside the playoffs. So, League Two, the quality doesn't look great next season, but yeah, 3/4 of the teams are down south, and I probably would shake your hand and let you beat us on Saturday, to be honest with you, because as I said, if we do go up, it's just going to be a season of probably losing 3/4 of our games and trying to stay up in the last 5 games of the season. So yeah, I would definitely shake your hand.
You're not selling me League One right here, Reece.
Hang on, are we saying our best strategy, our best tactic for Saturday is geography?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
But that's geography.
Well-
It's what saved the British from the Spanish Armada. It's what
It's exactly
saved
the
us in
same,
World
of
War
course.
II.
Exactly the same. Yeah.
For Reese's grandkids in the future, they'll be stood on a melting polar ice cap as the water comes up. He goes, "Do you know what, Grandad? The reason because you think of all the petrol and all the carbon dioxide you put into the air traveling to Bradford away instead
those
of you could
train
have gone to
prices.
Crawley." Yeah, exactly. The reason we're here now is because of that. And if Wimbledon want to throw the game, it's appreciated because we haven't reached the heady heights of Division 3 since 2003.
Wow.
Yeah,
I've never
exactly.
seen us in it.
Have you not? It was lovely. We went one season. We didn't like it.
Yeah.
Feast or famine with us, Mike. No mid-table shot.
What Bruce just saying? It was a division you used to pass up and down through.
Yeah,
It's
we
like a
never
step
go
on a
through it.
ladder.
Yeah. That's
It's
all
the
it is to
Portal
us.
League. Absolutely. Yeah.
We're going to be stood there
had-
one day at Burton Albion on the. How many steps do you think it is, Youngie? There's about 7 steps on that away end.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we're
6 to 8.
thinking, we've made it. We've made it. Got a roof. Some of them aren't allowed back in after last time we went to Burton away, but not bad.
You'll
shake
see
your
like
hand.
loads of Grimsby supporters like practicing yoga in the terrace, like all calm, and they go, "Oh, them Grimsby lot have calmed down a lot, haven't they? We're just happy to be here this time, not like the last time."
Everyone has to put on a shock collar before they go in. Sorry, you're gonna have to put your 5-year-old in a shock collar, and if they get anywhere near that pitch, I'm pressing it. I don't know what to say anymore. What are your predictions, Reese? Oh, actually, no. We'll do something different. You obviously do some preview stuff. Is there any questions you want to ask us that we can give information to for you?
Just basically, what are you guys expecting? Like pretty much everything I said, but in a Grimsby perspective, because obviously, to be fair, I can't really remember a lot that happened the last time you guys played us. I know you beat us. It's probably one of those days where we were just rubbish in front of goal and didn't put our chances away. So
Danny Rose scored a header near post, didn't he? And then we spent the second half
defending.
just winding up one lad in a white hoodie, and he got kicked out. And then before we knew it, it was 87 minutes, and that was it.
I wonder if he'll be there on Saturday. I wonder.
I hope so. I hope, and he deserves. Do you know what? If you win, he deserves to walk out into the middle of the pitch and flick the V's, every single one of us, and then just walking off doing that.
I think it'll be a much different game though, because I remember the away fixture. We're a team that's this season should have been in transition, and that's very much what was happening at your place. And we're sort of backs against the wall for a number of away performances. We got 5 or 6 on the bounce, I think. It was very much sitting back, catching on the break, and then Kieran Green did something fantastic, and we scored with pretty much the biggest chance we had all game.
Yeah.
But as the season's gone on, we've definitely turned into a slightly different animal. We've still got issues with consistency. We've changed formation slightly, but if we play how the players in the team can all play together, and if they all do it at the same time, they like to play some really progressive stuff, and they can play some really good stuff, some high tempo, high pressing, entertaining stuff. It's just linking all that together at the minute. I think we all pretty much agree we're so far ahead of schedule. We didn't think we'd be in this situation, and was hoping it'd be a thing for next season. But if all the stars align on Saturday, we could pull out a brilliant performance worthy of being in the playoffs, but we could also do something crazy and just not turn up. And we're less doing that game to game. It used to be one half of football would be good, one half would be bad. Now we can string some together. So it just depends what town team turns up. Could be good, could be bad.
I think that's been a story for pretty much the top half for in League Two. Everyone's got a fairly decent squad to go and try and get playoffs. It's just been the problem is consistency. And yeah, everything you just said, every team has good qualities. It's just putting them together. That's been pretty much the story of this season, I think, for most clubs.
Prince of permutations, I'm really sorry to ask you, Youngie. You obviously went through them all. What is the perfect scenario in which we can all then join hands and sing "Fuck Franchise FC"? How do we win Wimbledon obviously lose, but then they still get into the playoffs, and then I assume we meet on the Tuesday.
Okay, so the permutation for that would be, as a point is good enough for AFC Wimbledon to make the playoffs. They will lose out if Grimsby win and one of Salford or Chesterfield win. So essentially, it would be the best scenario would be for Salford and Chesterfield not to win. That's
Which I think is
if
highly
Grimsby,
unlikely.
yeah, especially, but that would be the scenario where we could all shake hands, jobs are good, and would be if Chesterfield and neither Salford or Chesterfield got a result, so a win. So if they both drawn, that would be good enough if Wimbledon lose.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
because Colchester could win and goal difference. So
No, because I think
that'd take
let's have
on
a quick look.
69, and we'd be on 69 with the draw.
No, that's if we win. Sorry.
No,
Oh, I thought you were
was
saying we
just-
could shake
yes,
hands at
we
0-0.
can.
Everybody below
Yeah,
us
no,
would
no,
be
no.
losing. Yeah.
Yeah, no. If we win, yeah. So if we win and you guys lose, yeah, that's obviously you guys would lose. But yeah, that would be the scenario. It would be that Chesterfield and Colchester would have to both drop points.
So if Colchester, Chesterfield, and t'other one all
Salford
lose, and if Colchester and we draw, we both go through.
Yes.
And
That
if that
could be-
happens, put the lottery on.
Hey, look, we're in the playoffs anyway, Mike. I already think we won the lottery. We'll do that then. That'll be fine. Reese, I know you've got to go. Is there any first prediction for Saturday?
Wow. Knowing Wimbledon in the current state, we will be going for a draw. That seems like where it's going to go for, just to kind of frustrate you guys and play really well defensively, because I think we will be under the cosh from minute one. I do think. I mean, you guys have got everything to play for, like a massive win at home. As you said, sold out crowd. The fans will be up for it. Our fans are all negative at the moment. So, yeah, I think we'll draw. I've tried to stay positive throughout the whole season. Like I said last week, I think we'll beat Port Vale. That really didn't happen well. So I think it will be a 0-0 draw. There you go. That's what I'm saying.
Just
heartbreaking.
Alex, just quickly, Reese, do you actually think that's a really dangerous game for him to be playing? Do you think he'll do that?
Yeah, I do.
Bring it on.
Just from the games that we've been playing, like Chesterfield 0-0 draw. Both teams seemed like they didn't want to go out and lose the game. No one really had a clear-cut chance, a massive chance to go and win the game. Both teams just were happy with a point to try and get closer to the playoffs or something like that. So I really hope we don't go for a draw, but it does feel like that's what Johnny Jackson likes to do sometimes. I think he's also got a touchline ban because he got sent off against Port Vale.
Yeah.
So
is that a bad thing or not?
Probably could be a positive, actually, to be honest with you.
Well, coming to a team that doesn't draw could be an interesting one. Hopefully for an entertaining game, not that we want one, we just want to win 4-0. Town scoring early is the best thing for everyone because it means then you guys have to come out your shell. Brilliant.
And we won't.
Okay. Oh, even better.
There you go.
2-0. Youngie, how would you feel 2-0 up with 15 minutes to go?
Oh, I couldn't watch. I think that'll be where I'll be doing a Bruce, I think, and going, you know what, I'm going to go down to the lower bar for a few minutes and
2-0.
Keep out of the way.
2-0, 10 minutes to go. James Tilley has a free kick 25 yards out.
Oh, it'll be fine then.
Correct. It'll be fine.
Clip that.
Clip that, yeah. He's going to put that in his next video now, Mike.
Are you coming down,
All over
Reece?
social media.
Or coming up, should I say? Are you coming up?
I was. I booked tickets about a month ago, not knowing what's going to happen. Booked train tickets, got insurance on them. So if I wanted to refund them, I could. And yeah, we refunded them because I can't be asked to spend all that money and go up there, even though the fish and chips is the best I've ever had, to be honest with you.
You are a different beast, you are, Reece. If you're getting insurance on train tickets.
Exactly.
I think he's touting his tickets. I think he knows how much he can get for them.
Sam would do that.
Much. It was 190 quid for train tickets, and that's just from London. So I'd still have to book Farnborough to Waterloo, which is another 30 quid. So
Yeah.
but it'd probably be a 250 day out, to be honest. So yeah, I'd rather use that for a potential playoff away game. So there you go.
There we are. Brilliant. Reese, thank you so much for joining us. Where can everyone catch you if they want to, shall we say, enjoy if we win?
Come and just abuse me on Twitter. Just type up my name whenever Grimsby win and say enjoy League Two next season. There you go.
Brilliant. Nice to speak to you, Reese. Enjoy
Amazing.
everything.
Thank you, guys. Good
And
luck
if we
on
don't
Saturday.
win, yeah, thanks. We'll need it. Brilliant. So there we go. All in the bag. Wimbledon are terrified.
I can't help but feel this was all very false sense of security.
I feel worse. This wasn't a wise idea.
No, he's done the plant job, and he's gone like, let's make him think we're really shit. Bam, something like that.
Yeah,
he's on the phone to Johnny Jackson now. Like, I've done it.
Martin, I'm not going to the game. I'm playing Frensham on the Sunday, so I didn't get tickets for the boy, but that's fine because other people go more often than I do.
I'm not going. I've got my mum's coming down because she hasn't met Ollie yet, and I'll be honest, like you, Alex, I'd feel a bit bad because I don't go to home games that much if I manage to get tickets. So
yeah, just turning up, going, "Hello, this is the Pontoon. I like what you've done with the place. I like the black paint. When I was here, all the seats were written on in Tipex."
Yeah, that's true.
I think the font that whoever handwrit. The person who handwrit.
Let's go handwritten in Scrapper.
He doesn't want to say wrote because he knows he'll sound all sorry when he goes wrote. So he's
Reese being on here has not helped.
Yeah.
So the person who handwrit on the main stand seats and also some of the Pontoon has a very unique handwriting, and I think we could do an exceptionally interesting video on them. Also, it needs to be brought up how terrible the podcast team are in general of getting interviews. So we all met Dave Moore. None of us asked him if they would like to come on the show and talk about his time at Town. Hannah sat on a table with Kieran Green and Justin Abikwu and
For
didn't
4
ask
hours.
For 4 hours and didn't ask either of them if they wanted to come on the show. Gary Croft is listening in. No one has asked him if he wants to come on the show. We are all terrible, and I apologize wholeheartedly. It was mostly because Mike wanted Gaviscon, and I was really thirsty. So that's why we didn't ask Dave Moore, but someone did get a selfie in the group with him.
Shocking.
We must try better. Well, actually, Hannah deserves all the abuse. 4 hours with Kieran Green. Didn't bother.
Oh, she said, he's Justin is a very lovely man and Kieran is hilarious. I'm like, that's great.
Brilliant. It'd be more even funny on the podcast.
Yeah. Hilarious for content, Hannah, for fuck's sake.
What are you guys thinking then for Saturday? How are you feeling?
I'm going into it with no hopes, and I'm just happy with the work we've done. I'm a little bit disappointed given the opportunity we've had presented to us that we haven't grasped it, but that level of inconsistency is exactly what we should expect this season. They have gone above my expectations. Whatever way it is, it's a big sell for whoever they can bring in the summer and say, look, we were one game away from the playoffs. If the worst is to happen with you here, we can move on 4 points and become that. The teams coming down and coming up don't fill me with dread. So I'm not massively worried about the quality. It's not like if York come up, I think they could be. They've got a bit of cash behind them, haven't they? They've got a bit of fight, but I don't think we should be too worried about it. But if we get into, as Aaron says, imagine getting promoted with 17 losses and a negative goal difference. That would be the biggest troll we have ever done as a football club.
The most Grimsby thing ever.
Yeah. Hello, shitters. It's like the Simpsons doing that episode where they went through the shortcut and they've just got missiles hanging out the side of it, cars battered and bruised. It's like, or the with nail and eye sketch where you go, we've come to League One by mistake.
like arrive at Barnsley on the first game of the season, like how did we get here? What happened? I'm the same as you, Alex. I'm a naturally cynical, unfortunately. So I've already kind of come to the terms with the fact that we probably won't get a result on Saturday, but of course we will be backing them 100%, and we will, that will all be forgotten when the whistle blows, and hopefully, hopefully it's a packed Blundell Park. And what I'd like to see us doing is just get at them early, get the crowd up, and let's just see what happens. So it's a free hit, isn't it? It's a free hit.
Yeah.
It's amazing to be here. It's amazing. Let's not waste it.
My biggest worry is if they park the bus and we're struggling to break them down, which we've done with teams in the past who don't come at us. And then we're kind of reliant on the set pieces we have. And I can see a bit of frustration coming out then. I hope it doesn't. And if we, say, for example, Wimbledon beat us 4-0 and it's done and dusted, I do hope people stay behind and appreciate the efforts of what the team have done this year. There have been some incredible moments. Really, I feel really proud and really looking forward to whatever league we're in next season, because I think we've got the quality and another season with the vast majority of these teams together. And I don't think we'll lose that many. I think the rumours are that Hume has signed a deal, which would be wonderful. There are rumours that, we haven't got, there's a couple of people interested, but they will need to pay a decent whack to get them. And given our recruitment, I fully expect the club to go out and bring in people to replace him if that should happen. Mike.
Do you know what I'm struggling with the most? It's not the fact we could lose and not make the playoffs, because I didn't expect that to start the season. I'll still be, like you said, immensely proud and optimistic with what we've done. It's the fact that Sunday morning that could be it for 3 months, and we haven't had a lot of this. We did in the National League, but then it was always a playoff campaign. And when we're back in the Football League, it was always we're happy for the season to end. This is the first time in a while that I think we're going to have a hard stop where we're in for something, and then the season ends and it carries on for other people. It doesn't for us. And that just feels a bit weird. You've following this team the last couple of months. I mean, the last season, but the last couple of months, you're like, are we going to do it? We're going to do it. We're not going to do it. And then on Saturday, it could be euphoria. We've done it. Or it could be, that's it till August. And I find that a really odd emotion thinking of that. Because as I said, I don't think we've had it for very, very often, that sort of hard cut off. When we've not wanted it, there's been many seasons I wish it had ended earlier, but they're for the wrong reasons.
Well, last season, I couldn't wait for last season to end. I was quite happy for that to get that over and done with and have a break. But yeah, completely right, Mike. I don't want this to end. And the thought of the thought of going into a real, a playoff potentially, that you look at all the teams involved and nobody's in any real kind of form. You'd really fancy it, wouldn't you? It's just getting over the line in the first place. So yeah, I'm the same as you, Mike. I don't want this season to end. And as Alex said, there's been some real high points this season. And if by chance, if by Sunday we're not there and we have the pod on Sunday, hopefully we can talk about the good memories of the season and kind of finish with an upbeat, positive pod. But right now we've still got that game to go. But yeah, I don't want it to end. And let's one last push, lads. Come on, we can do it.
Someone said, I remember, I don't know who told me it. It's probably from bloody Ted Lasso or some crap like that. But no, do you know what? It wasn't. It was Jason. I think Jason said it. He said, pressure is a gift. And the reason you're feeling nervous right now and you're feeling anxious right now is because they've worked so hard. You've got into this position where that pressure is a gift and from your hard work and your determination. Teams in the middle of the mid-table don't feel this sort of pressure, and I do hope that the team realize how thankful we are for what they've put on for us. And one game, quarterfinals, and we're going into this mini World Cup series. The hopes, I would say, is I don't think there are many clubs in the Football League that have as much is as experienced at going into playoffs as Grimsby Town are. How many There can't be many clubs, if ever. Oh my God, what? This is why I only do a Sunday. There can't be that many clubs that have played in as many playoffs in the last 10 years as Grimsby have. There can't be, surely.
How many seasons? It probably goes better. How many seasons have we not been involved in some sort of either promotion campaign or trying to stay up? I can't remember. 2004, 2005's first season I started properly following Town when I was in League Two. Can't remember too many seasons where we've been mid-table, nothing to play for.
No,
Yeah, it's
and I
never
don't
been
think they're right.
boring, has it? No,
And even when it has been boring, it's been mid-table. We've been in the FA Cup quarterfinals.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing if people listening or on the pod, whatever happens on Saturday, please stay behind and clap the players. That's all I'll say. Is I know everyone will be gutted, and I'll be one of them, and maybe I'll feel differently if it ends up being a tonking. But if we can, please stay behind and clap the players for their efforts this season. They deserve it. If they got us down to the last day, and the worst thing would be a half-empty Blundell Park as their last thing they see of this season.
As Wimbledon fans celebrate.
Yeah, absolutely. So please, if you can, I know emotions run high. It's very, very easy to say that when we're not in the moment, but if as many as possible can just at least stay behind and clap the players and say thank you for what has been a tremendous season, I think that'd be great.
No, absolutely. I hope that's what happens, but I hope it isn't. We don't need. I hope with people staying because we've got into the playoffs, but also on a similar theme, I hope if things don't go right in the first 5, 10, 15 minutes, that the crowd stay with the players. They've spoken a lot. David Attell has spoken a lot about crowd and what it does to players and what it can give them. And they don't make that shit up for no reason. It does help. So if we 1-0 down in the first 10, 15 minutes, get right behind them even more than you have done already, because it could help.
And I think one thing we did mention on the podcast on Sunday is exactly how much I think the players appreciated being clapped off at franchise. I think it really helped. They obviously, a bit like me, had no idea what the permutations had been. They thought they'd fucked it. But even then, and I thought we'd fucked it, I'm staying there, and they were clapped off for a good 10 minutes before at the end of the game, and they all stood there, and I think they were a little bit surprised and a little bit overwhelmed by it. And I hope that's helped, and I hope they've had a relatively gentle week to prepare themselves, because these 4 games with 4 games away from League One. It's a mini World Cup. It's a mini tournament. And like we did against Wrexham and Notts County and Solihull, it's about making sure you're the team in form, and you don't necessarily have to be playing worldies. We effectively relied on Jordan Cropper to get launchers into the Football League. That sort of thing is absolutely fine. This is about just making sure we win and making sure we get through it. And I'm looking forward to seeing if these players are up to the task, because I think they'll be carved in stone if they are.
Isn't it mad that Jordan Cropper's career is literally a 3-month spell at Grimsby, and that is it pretty much?
No, he's got Barnet promoted this season.
Yeah,
I don't think you think he's there anymore.
No, he was.
Sure,
I think. Oh, let's have a look.
It's another one with this. I said when he joined, oh, it's a massive deviation there, isn't it? But it's not like us. But I said when he joined, if you have a throw like that, if you make yourself, you don't even have to be that good. You can just make yourself a solid right back. You're always going to have a club that use you. You don't have to do anything special. Just be competent with a long throw. Not a word about Doug Baum.
And he's okay, Youngie, I'll give you this. He's made 1 start in the league and 28 appearances off the bench. I assume those 28 appearances have been when they're trailing or they need a win, and they're going, right, just throw it in.
I just saw that his average, he's played 300 minutes over 30 games, so essentially 10 minutes a game is his average this season.
Still get paid.
Hey, still get, absolutely. But yeah.
Would he beat top at National League if he didn't have the throw?
Hell no. Hell no, he wouldn't.
He could make so much money teaching players.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So much money.
Throwing coach later on.
Oh, Premier League would love him. Yeah.
Yeah.
When's that ever
I could
getting
imagine
paid for?
Brighton or Brentford paying for him, and he'd be their specific throwing coach.
Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to it. And if you're feeling nervous, it's all right too. But only decent teams get to feel about games nervously like this. Obviously, some very shit teams also make you feel this nervous. But you tend to know what's going to happen.
It'd be nice to see people getting in early on Saturday as well, so you get a bit of an atmosphere going. As a
Go to the pub. None of this PSG shit. Go to the pub. Enjoy yourself.
Like an hour and a half
with your mates. Or walk down from Do you know what? I would like to do like a walk down from Cleethorpes. Like everyone just in the summer, first game of the season or last game of the season, everyone in the marketplace getting a drink and then walk down from there en masse down Cleethorpes Road down Grimsby Road into Blundell Park. That'd be quite cool. But I'm not organising that shit. Someone else can do that. Anything else anybody else wants to add before we go?
No, I'm just using this as therapy, really.
Well, that's all right. Glad to help.
Aaron,
if Max Verstappen wins, it's going to be a miserable weekend. He's a terrible person and a terrible racing driver. So there we go. Does that help? I don't know what to say. I'm really looking forward to it. Go on, Ian. If you like it, you can do it, Blakey. You can do it. You can organise it. You've got the personality to do it. It'll be great. Youngie will help, he said.
Bruce would just stand there and criticise it like he does everything else.
Yeah.
Well, this is shit, isn't
it? Pies, got no pies, got no burgers, shit in it.
I listened to back to the match, which people, if you've not heard, you can get on the podcast on where you get your podcast from. Every so you got these long voice notes that we're all doing, going into some really ridiculous stuff that had nothing to do with football. And then just Bruce pops up in the middle. Yeah, the pies are shit.
It's always a golden one, though, isn't it? It's always gold.
It is. Quality over content, over quantity in it with Bruce. Absolutely, everything's a punchline.
Yeah.
Did you ever get to the bottom of why I didn't give anybody a lift on Saturday?
No, we didn't ask him why. So for those of you who didn't listen, we were at a pub at Bletchley, probably about 25-minute, half an hour walk from the ground. And so we were all in like a little group organising our Ubers. And then Bruce comes up and goes, how are you all getting to the ground? I says, we're booking some Ubers, mate. We're trying to get an XL, but it's taking a bit of time. Oh, okay, right. Okay. See you later. Didn't mention at all that he had a car with spaces in. And just as we're walking to get our Uber, he's driving out the pub car park straight to the ground. Probably full of laptops on the other seat. That's why he couldn't get anyone in.
Did you see him in the ground?
I don't know. I can't remember. Sorry. I didn't even drink that much.
I think he was on the side. He was on the side bit, I think he said.
Oh, there we go.
So
I didn't notice that Papa John's, had he?
Towards the corner.
There was a Papa John's. Do you know, I don't like franchise, but there's a Papa John's in there. It's one of the only things I ever did was order a pizza at half time once, and I had to get it delivered outside the ground. It was one of the 08-09 seasons or something like that. And the steward's was like, I'm not letting you bring it in. So I had to eat it at half time, like outside the ground where all the smokers.
That is a genius idea, though. That is so good.
Did they let you bring the cheese and wine in at Fulham?
They have it there on hand for you. Okay. As you walk in, as you go through the ticket barrier, there's a sommelier there, and they ask what sort of wine would you like today. A sommelier? Do you not know one of them is? I mean, as someone who is in Surrey,
of course I don't. I'm from Rotherham, of course I know what a sommelier is.
Yeah, and I'm from Grimsby. It's not like they've got sommeliers coming out of their arse outside Iceland either, does it?
That accent and the way you pronounce words says different, Green.
You've lived down here longer than I have.
Alex gets angry in Grimsby, I've noticed. His shouty voice is GY. His normal voice has gone southern.
It really is.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I got a job down here. And it was in a shop. It was a Vodafone, and it was quite high pressured at the time because retail was still a thing. And I basically offered 2 people out on my first day.
You surprised
Grimo coming out in me.
You surprised me. Lots of things can be said about you, but not that you've got a temper or lose it or kick off at people.
That's the Irish blood in me. That's the reason why I've got my Irish.
You
Yeah,
don't
well,
kick it off at people.
yeah, but you're more Donegal blood in it.
Hey, the only reason I'm English is because my granddad got sent to prison here,
Yeah,
shooting up
well,
post officers.
my grandma and granddad are the same thing, but they went and worked at the new Skeggy Butlins, so I think it's probably the same thing, isn't it?
Durham
Anyway,
prison, Skeggy Butlins, yeah, about the same.
enough of our who do you think you are?
Oh, how Irish are you?
Yeah, how Irish are you?
I've got all the Westlife albums.
Well, I don't think it'd have gone down well in Pope during the Port Vale game of fuck the Pope and the IRA, I guess.
Well, it might be like my last pod on Sunday.
Did he just say you are up the Ra? What's going on?
Might be
Oh
my
yeah,
last
that's true.
pod.
Are you on the shortlist for Pope? Are you? Then?
I
Is that
may
how
be
Irish
accepting
you are?
a calling from above.
It's between you and Hursty.
From the upper Findus?
Yeah, yeah. Youngie's shouting me up from up there.
You're the Pope. Well,
it's on the gantry. It's there.
well, given what Everton's fans did to Liverpool with the mixed up flares, there could be some quite slight confusions when it blows out blue out the top of the Sistine Chapel.
Oh, before we go as well, speaking of gantries, the rumour is that it's John Moore's last game on Saturday, isn't it?
Oh,
Well, it isn't if we lose.
Well,
if
no,
we
that's
win.
Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, there's a rumour that he's retiring, isn't there? The legend that is John Moore.
Is anyone brave enough to actually go up that gantry in replacement of John Moore? Who would actually do that gantry walk? I don't think it's
the gantry now to do that.
because that's where the cameras are. Well,
Everybody else commentates from other places.
John does it from the gantry because it's
Yeah,
it's where the I think he does it straight into the house camera, so to speak. So I
Well,
think
you just get a big wire over the top at pitch. You know, they've got spider cam, and we can have a spider cam, and then we can use the other end as a wire for his adapter.
I'm putting out there now. This is Fenner's jobs to lose.
Oh yeah.
No, there's just silence for about 45 minutes, and suddenly no Balti pies on at half time. This is shit.
It's the realization on the first game. He goes, I can't even get down to get a pie from here, can I?
Yeah, it's 30 minutes in. It's shit.
Yeah. Thanks. There's the I think the worst bit about that gantry walk wouldn't be going over the top of the stand. It would be the bit where you get to the end and you have to get the ladder down onto the supported gantry and you can see straight through the grating to the bottom. I think that's the bit that I would go, I'm all right, thanks. I'm not trusting anything up here. When was this last checked?
It must be a health and safety hazard, that thing.
Oh, don't say that because that bloody
No,
what's it group will be looking at it
Oh,
next.
yeah.
That
Good
sad
point.
group. Oh, look at that roof. Now you'll replace that.
I should tell you the
Yeah,
time. You what?
There's been games where they've been told they can't film up there, haven't there? Because the
Yeah.
wind's been that bad.
There was
so
that
there's
one when they
been
filmed it
cameras
from the
that-
corner, didn't they?
I remember that
Yeah,
one.
that's right. Yeah.
So I think I've told this story once where I was filming the youth team game.
Tell it again.
And that, yeah, all right. I'll do like my dad. We were at the I was filming them playing Burnley in the FA Cup, and they wouldn't let me go on the gantry, but they wanted me to do it from the upper Findus walkway, and then they locked me in the stadium, and I was locked in the stand, and I couldn't get out.
Did you ever get out?
No, still there now.
Still there.
Still to this day. You know those blue tarpaulins you used to see in the corners of the upper Findus? That's where I am now.
All right.
Yeah, that's where I am.
When the gates open up, they go to you, Alex, you can leave now. And you're just like, yeah, I'm all right.
This is.
I'm
I've
comfortable.
now become a hermit. I live
I'm
in that little
comfortable.
shed. I live in that little shed next to the main stand, which I don't really know. It was added 4 years ago, and I'm not really sure what it's there for. Are we going to leave? They've got an extra show out of us and an extra hour.
Well, I think
True.
I think was 20 seconds away from now. I thought we chatted for the 20 seconds and we've sort of carried on.
Oh, sorry, mate. I apologise. Thank you all for joining us. It's really appreciated. I hope you enjoyed it. Reese was brilliant. Gave us a real good lowdown on Wimbledon. And yeah, whatever happens, we've all got each other's together. We're all together, isn't it? Doesn't matter. We've all got each other by the end of it, whether we win or lose. You're all going to see our faces again. Stop crying.
You couldn't make it any worse for people, could you?
Yeah,
Where do
God,
me and Youngie-
we'll still be here.
Where do me and Youngie send the invoice? This is 3 in a week.
I'm really sorry. Yeah, that's true.
I think
am
I'm
sorry.
divorced now.
Tierney's lives with me
Am I?
now.
I'll have to
I might
sort that
do a
out. I'm
mini-
going to be the Pope, won't I? I'll have to have a word with her.
Yeah, that's a good point. I
I'm
might do
still
a mini
trying to text.
match on Saturday.
That's a good idea. I'm
Yeah.
I'm still trying to text Auntie lunch.
Stop. Where is Sam?
He's on a date, isn't he? Didn't he say he's on a
You know
date?
full well where he is. That's because right there, that is such shithousery from Mike, because he doesn't want to be the one to say Sam
Yeah.
is on a date. So what's he done? Is he knows one of us two can't lie about it.
No. Yeah. So it's Mike's the Machiavellian amongst us all. So Sam is on a date.
Absolutely.
I'll be honest, I was really sensible because I looked at my phone. My phone was vibrating so often it nearly fell off the bloody desk. I looked at my notifications, about 55 notifications in the group. I was like, who's died? And
It's just
yeah,
Bruce.
it was
I'm
And you?
14 minutes into the. Well, I had a presentation to listen to that was boring me.
So who is Sam going on a date with? Is it the girl
I
from the
don't
Brighton
know.
podcast he liked?
No.
Because he tried to impress her by making sure that it looked like he was and you could see through the window he was in the Houses of Parliament where he was working at the time, and it just silhouetted him, so it made him look like Jerry Adams being interviewed on the BBC in the 90s.
Sam's voice will be replaced by this helium balloon.
Yeah. Hello. So do we know where he's going and what he's doing?
Yes.
Right. So where's he going?
I'm
It's
not
not like we're all
telling
going to
you.
go meet him.
I'm not telling you.
Well, how bad is it that you can't tell it on a podcast and share it amongst friends?
I'll tell you after.
No, tell us now. I'm going to have to look through the YouTube. I'm going to have to look through the WhatsApp messages now.
He didn't tell you in the WhatsApp group.
He didn't. No, he didn't. So he
So
was
We
hinting
do all
it was
speak
with
separately,
spoons,
you know.
no, we don't.
Yeah, we don't.
Sam
Oh.
doesn't own a car.
We knew because if we knew the pub, you know full well that we would put the table number on here full well and start getting things sent to the
We tried.
table.
We tried. That's what we was trying to do.
Please
earlier.
please don't tell me. The only thing that does that is Weatherspoons. Please do not tell me he's taken a girl to Weatherspoons.
He's not gone to Weatherspoons.
Has he not gone to
Oh, that's a
Weatherspoons? He's gone to Harvester.
He's gone to Yates.
Yeah, he's still a
Look,
thing.
still open in London. Yeah.
Oh,
He's turned up
those
the
early
pier.
days-
He's forgotten it's turned into a chippy now.
Youngie, those days when we would go, you could go Yates, Walkabout, Lloyd's, Chicago's. You'd go upstairs to
I was
with Gullies.
They were the days.
Yeah, I worked at the BT building. You know the big tower. I was a.
Did you
I was a
really? I
telephone
never thought
operator.
anyone worked in
Yeah.
this.
Oh, this big one in London.
They don't. No, in GY.
Big one in Grimsby.
Yeah, so it was. There was people in the building until about 2004. There are still engineers in there, but they were only on the bottom. But anyway, we were on the top floor. But it was great because we was on what we call the student shift. So we'd finish about 9-10 o'clock on a Friday, Saturday night, straight out into town, straight on the River Ed, barge, gullies, brilliant night out, brilliant.
No, don't play that. They did. Actually, they used to play that in Gullies.
Gullies were the same. It was the same soundtrack every night you went in for years and years. Yeah, it was still home. It was just still.
Yeah, and can I
familiar
throw another
and
one out
lovely.
there for you as well? Park Lane. Park Lane on
I
a
only went to
Wednesday.
Park Lane once.
Park
yeah.
Lane on a
Was
Wednesday
that one-
night.
Was that rock night on a Wednesday at Park
Yeah.
Lane
You
with
used to
DJ
have to,
Amps?
yes, and you
Mm.
used to have to. I used to work at Morrison's, and we didn't get paid till midnight on the Thursday. So you just have loads of people queuing up outside the ATM at midnight to get it. Martin's
Brilliant.
saying that he's gone to a Sizzler Pub curry night and a drink for a tenner. Absolute bargain.
Good.
Shows
Yeah,
his fragility. It shows his masculinity, really, because he's not trying to show off. That's
Yeah,
exactly what you
and you know, it's very important early on in a relationship to know where you stand with money. So
yeah, exactly.
there are limits. So no false
Is it-
expectations.
I mean, the baller move is to say, look, I'm sensitive to a woman's needs and I understand it. So I didn't want to take you somewhere too expensive that you couldn't afford to pay for us both. So
I've got a theory here. Right. I'm on Sam's defense. Youngie, where did you take your wife for her first date?
Well, okay. We worked together, so it was a little bit different. But I think our first date was
fun run.
I think it was a general night out in Cleethorpes. I think was
Fun
our
run.
first date. Yeah, it was a fun run. Yeah, it was on free. It was just off Freemo.
And you
Mine was Lords.
Oh, that's
Well,
nice.
you told me that before as well.
Oh, that's
your
a
first
baller
date?
move. That.
That was our first date. We went to Lords. We went on a tour, and I think one of our first kisses was in the long room.
Hey.
Are
you
know,
have you thought the level of expectations you have set from an early?
Oh no, they've been beaten down now. She gets excited when I buy her a KFC. That's what 14 years of marriage does to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, love. She's actually still waiting for her tea. Don't wait for me. Yeah. Don't say, yeah, we've got to stop. If she's watching it live, she's like, right, when are you ordering the KFC?
Oh,
well, the reason why
we really should have gone by now, guys.
Yeah, but people like this bit. This is
they do.
I think during the summer, this is what the podcast will become. Do you think Sam will do an at the match for his date?
What did you call it? If we do his wedding, it's
I'm not telling you. I'm still proud of it. I've been.
Well, then share it with the rest of the team. I didn't read the messages.
Youngie tells things better. Youngie tells things better.
Well, I came up. I said, well, he should record it as an at the match special, but call it atthematch.com. And then
Jason would sponsor it.
Absolutely. But then Mike came up with, well, when we all get invited to the wedding, if it happens, and it's at the matrimony. There you go.
Oh, very good.
Oh,
yeah,
very good. With Bruce saying, there's no pies, it's shit. As she's walking down the aisle.
just secret Bruce there like that. This is shit. No hymns.
No hymns. None of the ones that I know. He's just trying to get clap fish going at the back of the church. Thank you all so much for joining us. Enjoy Saturday. We'll all be there together. Not metaphorically, not physically. And we'll see you all afterwards as well. Or you can annoy us on Twitter. It's entirely up to you. Anybody? Do you want to say goodbye, Mike, or are you happy to just leave it?
Goodbye, Mike.
Open wide for some soccer!
And now the shipping forecast issued by the Met Office on behalf of the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency at 1130. Go! At 1130.
I don't think I've ever wanted to be on a stand more than my life around there. They're going crazy. Hey, they got penalty here. There'll be fish flying about there. There's no tomorrow.
What a magnificent piece of football! Really, really